So why do I have all of these art supplies? Because this is a lot of art supplies. It's because I'm going to Italy for my drawing workshop that I'm hosting. You know, this has been in the works for like a year. You've probably seen me promote it. We're probably drawing in Italy right now because my trip is June 17th to the 24th. But everyone on the trip is getting a bunch of awesome drawing materials. And so the wonderful people from Ohuhu who are sponsoring this video sent me a bunch of materials. They sent me a fine liner pack, which has a variety of different nibs, which is really awesome. A high quality, heavy duty sketchbook that's around 8 by 8 inches. I'm really excited about these sketchbooks. And their 24 pack of alcohol art markers that have both a brush and small nib. They also threw in for me this 320 set of alcohol art markers, which is really epic. We're gonna talk about all of these materials later in this video. I selected these 3 art materials specifically for my group members that would best sort of fit the drawing experiences we're gonna have on my trip. Filming this right now, it's about 2 weeks from my Italy trip, and I wanted to start artistically preparing myself. My workshop is gonna be predominantly plein air drawing. We're going to Rome and Florence, walking around both cities, hitting a bunch of epic destinations, and drawing as much as possible throughout, of course. So in this video, I'm gonna be using these new art materials, going around in New York City, pretending I'm like on my own drawing workshop, except it's just me, and we're in New York City where I already live, just to prep and get in the mood for my trip. So actually insane wildfire smoke today in the city, so instead of going outside, we're in the studio. I have these 2 3D printed sculptures that I love. Shout out Sculptify. I've had these for a while. I haven't used them at all, but it's a perfect thing to draw in the studio. I love painting, drawing sculptures. I plan on drawing a lot over in Italy, so this is a great exercise, and we get to test out the Ohuhu materials even more. So I'll be honest, I'm not actually the biggest fan of ink markers, just generally in my practice. I'm more of a pencil guy. But I'm excited to use these. You know, I'm testing out a couple of these brush pens, just how they feel on this paper, and they feel great. You know, I'm not a stickler, I'm not a hater. It's just something I don't use often, and I'm not familiar. You can't erase. It's really hard to nail proportions, especially this crazy Zeus figure with all this flowing hair. These are not great drawings, but it's still fun. Just quick 20-minute sketches trying to mimic, you know, urban sketching time limits. You know, you're not really going to be drawing outside for more than 20 minutes. The air quality is better. Finally, we're here at the Met, gonna draw. We're gonna be going to a bunch of awesome museums in Italy, the Borghese Villa, as well as the Uffizi in Florence. Really exciting. So we're gonna get in here and do some drawings. Sketching at the Met, or any museum for that matter, is like my favorite. We're here in the European sculpture wing. I found this sculpture. I've never drawn it before. I've drawn quite a bit of these sculptures, so I wanted to do something that I've never done before. And I am using colored markers, and I'm trying this new style out, just testing all these things, sort of drawing with the finer nib part, and then filling in some value with the brush. And again, I don't usually draw with markers for the reason of you can't erase. It's just a different technique in itself, but I am actually having an absolute blast. These markers are extremely good quality. I'm so happy that everyone on the trip is going to get these because they're actually gorgeous, and they make great marks. So basically going in with a darker value of the blue for some darker spots, and it's kind of like painting with a marker. You know, obviously there's that outline in there, but just creating shapes of value with this brush pen, which is extremely satisfying. And it's just very opaque and very juicy and wonderful. If you want to get these markers or anything that Ohuhu has to offer, you know, there's a code for 10% everything on their website using SLU Art at checkout. So check the link in the description if you want your own markers. They're really great. All the stuff is great. It's just good quality, good quality stuff. So there it is next to the sculpture. Really happy with this one. 2 colors, really fun. You know, I'm a sucker for monochromatic. This was my next subject, still in the European sculpture garden, or the sculpture wing. I'm choosing some greens, and I was a little ambitious here, to be honest. I'm checking this out. I'm like, wow, this is gonna be a tough angle, foreshortened. She's looking up, and it's really hard standing. Also, you know, that's why I have this whole setup. But it's tourist season at the Met, and there's just so many people, hundreds per minute, filtering through. So they're looking at me, and it's not super comfortable, but it is what it is. I also forgot to record, I guess, on my GoPro. So I just got the beginning sketch and the end. There it is. Not the best drawing ever. Again, these are all like 20 minutes, but still fun to do, and I'm really enjoying the markers. This is my other favorite area, the Greek and Roman wing, and I like the idea of these sculptures being not super detailed. Like, there's something about, great catch there, there's something about sculptures with not a lot of detail that I like, so you can kind of invent it yourself. This is, like, I think the hardest thing for me right here, what I'm doing. This is just purely inking. I have so many friends who are like amazing at this. This is their main form of drawing, just a ballpoint pen or an ink pen like this. I'm really trying to practice cross hatching. I don't think this is a wonderful drawing at all. It's fun, but I got a lot to work on, so I think I'm gonna have to practice this absolutely a lot more moving forward, especially for the trip. But that's what we're doing. We're practicing and we're using new materials. Okay, leaving the Met. It's really busy in there. We were there for about 90 minutes, good drawing session, but now we're going 5 seconds to Central Park. Sketching in Central Park is gonna be super similar to what we're doing on the trip in Italy, just basically a lot of urban sketching. I'm very excited. I'm making a 3-part docuseries, really intense documentation of the entire trip by me and the videographer I'm bringing on the trip, Karl. He's an amazing artist and cinematographer, video maker. I am so excited for the videos we're gonna put out on this trip. You gotta subscribe to stay tuned. This is also like your supplies. I just don't wanna, I only got enough for the people on the trip, so I'm gonna be using your stuff in this video, but this is yours when we get there. But it'll be nice because you'll have a couple drawings of my stuff.
Hey, I'm Karl Marcus Hansen. I'm a professional videographer and, as you can tell, painting artist as well. And me and Slew, we met on the internet, and honestly, I can't wait to join you on this trip to Italy. We both feel that this collaboration is pretty much close to perfect, as additionally to my production company, I'm also making YouTube videos about painting and traveling. So the fact that I get to bring all of my passions together and create some beautiful visuals for Slew is just incredible. So I can't wait to get to finally meet you in person. See you soon in Italy. Also, I'm making a video for my YouTube channel as well. So if you want to hear my story, how me and Slew met, and kind of see the behind the scenes, how we're shooting those videos in Italy, then you might want to subscribe to my channel as well. I know, Slew, sorry, shameless plug, but see you soon in Italy. Ciao.
So check out Karl, he's so cool, he's so nice, he's an amazing cinematographer and painter. He has a YouTube channel where he paints and makes videos, but let's start drawing here in Central Park. It's really awkward vlogging in front of everyone, I'm not gonna lie, but that's the job. I actually had never been to this area of Central Park. This is an amazing bronze sculpture of Alice in Wonderland and all that stuff, and it's just a guarantee drawing out of these. There's so many characters. I was thinking of, should I do the whole scene or individual characters? I started with this rabbit, which I was really happy about. Again, really hard to stand in front of this because there's kids and tourists taking photos literally every 3 seconds. So I'm reverting to taking a picture on my phone and then drawing from that. And I'm still very close to it, about 10 feet sitting down. I'm going with this style that I should have done at the Met, honestly, is to do this sort of outline with the art markers and then fill in value and then kind of go in more with a specific outline with these finer pens. And I thought this was like the best of both worlds, this combination with both of these materials. For me, it just worked a lot. And I think because I was drawing all day, I was finally getting the hang of these things. This rabbit was just awesome. I mean, the sculpture, again, I didn't get as many shots as I should, but it was just gorgeous. And this rabbit was awesome, cute little rabbit. I don't know if I wanted to really go darker value here. I kind of regret doing that, but again, just getting a little darker red for this pink to fill in some of these darker values, but it's just hard not to use these brush pens because it is so opaque, like I said, just so juicy, so wonderful. And again, just a really fun, good, quick 20-minute sketch. Wow, look at that sculpture. And I was like, all right, that's one character down. I gotta do the Mad Hatter also. I wanted to do all of them, Alice included, but I was running out of time. So this one was really quick And as you can see here, that sketch is like really bad. I was like, oh no, I really sort of messed up the proportions. Can't erase. But let me just fill in some of the stuff and see what we can do, because again, the real true outline and I guess framework is through the ballpoint pen style. And I did it with the rabbit, and I was like, I'm doing the same thing with this Mad Hatter. And I think I pulled it around at the end. Not the best drawing ever, but again, this was really, really quick. You know, we're really trying to crank these out to prepare for what it's gonna be like in Italy. We'll be drawing long, but mostly real quick. So I think this was probably like 15 minutes switching from materials. I think I did bring it back, but again, just a really enjoyable time. These markers, I felt just like really prepared with my materials. The arsenal of the Ohuhu stuff was just great combo. Can't wait for people to try it, and I can't wait to draw more of these. And then of course, you know, you can't end a day without going to a nice restaurant with a friend and getting a beer and some food. And so that's what I did with my friend Peter, but the drawing never stops. I was like, let me just do one more portrait. I was nervous to do his portrait because again, I'm not good with markers or ink. I'm a pencil or painter guy, but you know, while the fish tacos were getting cold, I drew Peter with his glasses. Not terrible at all. Again, this combination of marker and ink, I was just really digging. So certainly catch me doing this later. I can't wait for the trip. I can't wait to share the trip with you. And this day of drawing was just absolutely spectacular. Shout out to Ohuhu again for sponsoring all the materials and this video. They're also having a huge discount for their 7th anniversary, 7% off on orders over 100, 17% off orders of 160, and a 20% off orders over 230. So if you're into these markers or pens, go check them out. So all in all, pretty great sketching day. I really enjoyed using the materials. It's getting me hyped up. I have like 2 days before the Italy trip. I'm packing up. I gotta fit, you know, all of these materials here, 15 sets of each of those in one of my bags. So I'm gonna be bringing this checked bag. I'll have a carry-on and a backpack. I have to have my camera gear, all of this, my own sketching materials. It's gonna be quite a conundrum how to fit it, but hopefully I'll be able to pack it all. It's gonna be great. Can't wait to meet the group. Stay tuned for those awesome videos. I'm really excited, and I think I'll be doing another one of these trips because it's so successful. Even before going, the itinerary is bonkers, so fun. I don't have much else to say other than shout out to Ohuhu for sponsoring the video. Really high quality markers. You know, I feel like I just got reintroduced to a whole new material, a medium. These alcohol art markers, they're really cool, very illustrative. I could see it a lot for graphic design work or simple little sketches. And also, so this kit of 320, these are the exact same markers as the 24 pack. So that's why I didn't really talk about them in the video, but they're the exact same ones as these in the video with what I drew. So really great. It's just obviously way more colors. That's all for me. Stay tuned. Have a great summer. See you very soon.